you don't have to have a boat dock. And we had gotten into focusing on marinas as opposed to just residential customers. And a lot of those types of jobs are debt financed. So we were in a situation where capital markets were locked up. Banks weren't lending money to anybody for anything. And ultimately it came down to, in January of 2009, I remember kind of staring down the barrel of failure. The one good sized job that we had at the time when all of this started, the bank that had financed it was one of the banks that failed. The customer was not very creditworthy, and we were in a situation where we were owed a bunch of money for product we had delivered to them and for product we had manufactured that they had not yet taken delivery of. And I remember telling the sales guy that was kind of the intermediary, that was actually a separate company that kind of was acting as a dealer on that project. I'm like, hey, we're going to have to stop delivering product. And I thought that threat was going to get the money to start flowing. And he said, that's probably a good idea. And so I remember getting off that phone call and thinking, man, we are in deep trouble here. That was over Christmas break. I was in college in Mizzou. And ultimately,
how big was your staff at that point too?
We had probably 20 employees at that point.
So you're in college at Mizzou, you're running this company. You have 20 employees and you feel like you're going to go under.
Yep. Yeah.
That was like a lot of pressure.
And the thing that broke, this is one of those things where, like, the small examples of things that happen where your faith is grounded in. So it was January of 2009. I was at a trade show in Florida, and I remember we had a big ice storm back home down at Table Rock Lake, and it collapsed a bunch of docks and generated a bunch of business on Table Rock Lake. Not a ton, but enough to like keep the wheels turning. It was one of those natural disaster things. An insurance company had to write a check, and a lot of that money ended up flowing our way. And then about a month or two after that, there was a tornado that went through in eastern Kentucky, and we had been doing this advertising thing with, at the time, was I think Yellow Book. We were paying like $2,000 a month to be, anytime anybody searched dock builder on Yellow Book, which was apparently one time ever, we were the first result to come up anywhere in the country. And that was how this customer in Eastern Kentucky found us. And we got a good job out of that. And then there was a fire at Lake of the Ozarks at a marina there that we stumbled across and got a job out of there. So we got 3 projects that were good sized jobs because of 3 separate natural disasters that essentially bailed the company out until calmer waters came.